Okay, hi, welcome to A City on a Hill. Shabbat Shalom. Today is the first week of the new year according to the Hebrew calendar. This is the first week of Abib. We are going to start from the very beginning of the Torah, Bereshith, in the beginning, starting at Genesis 1:1 all the way through Genesis 6:8. I'm going to hop right into it and get to the reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's get into the reading. And for those who are curious, we'll be reading from the Hallelujah Scriptures. So if you are ever moved to get yourself a copy of these scriptures, it is a sacred name Bible. A lot of names are restored into the original Hebrew. The only names that are set apart in the writing are, the name of Yah, Yud-He, Vav-He, and Yahusha. Those are spelt in the Paleo Hebrew. But other than that, all the other names restored are written in Romanji, as the Japanese would say. But yeah, let's get into it. Reading Bereshith, or in the beginning, from Genesis 1:1 to Genesis 6:8. In the beginning, Elohim created the Shamayim and the earth came to be formless and empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Ruach of Elohim was moving on the face of the waters. And Elohim said, "Let light come to be," and light came to be. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim separated the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, day one. And Elohim said, "Let an expanse come to be in the midst of the waters. Let it separate the waters from the waters." And Elohim made the expanse, and separated the waters which were under the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it came to be so. And Elohim called the expanse Shamayim. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the second day. And Elohim said, Let the waters under the Shamayim be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it came to be so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the collection of the waters he called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the plant that yields seed, and the fruit that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it came to be so. And the earth brought forth grass, the plant that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the third day. And Elohim said, Let lights come to be in the expanse of the Shamayim, to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and appointed times, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the Shamayim, to give light on the earth. And it came to be so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And Elohim placed them in the expanse of the Shamayim, to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the 4th day. And Elohim said, let the waters teem with shoals of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth on the face of the expanse of the Shamayim. And Elohim created great sea creatures, and every living creature that moves, with which the waters teemed, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim barach them, saying, bear fruit and increase, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the 5th day. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to his kind, livestock and creeping creature, and beasts of the earth according to its kind. And it came to be so. And Elohim made the beast of the earth according to its kind, livestock according to its kind, and all that creep on the earth according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the Shamayim, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all the creeping creatures that creep on the earth. And Elohim created the man in his image. In the image of Elohim he created him. Male and female he created them. And Elohim barach them. And Elohim said to them, bear fruit and increase, and fill the earth and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the Shamayim, and over all creatures moving on the earth. And Elohim said, see, I have given you every plant that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it is for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the Shamayim, and to every creeping creature on the earth, in which there is breath of life, every green plant is for food. And it came to be so. And Elohim saw all that he had made, and see, it was very good. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the 6th day. Thus the Shamayim and the earth were completed, and all their array. And on the 7th day Elohim completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim barach the 7th day and made it Kodesh, because on it he rested from all his work which Elohim in creating had made. These are the births of the Shamayim and the earth when they were created, in the day that Yah Elohim made earth and Shamayim. Now no shrub of the field was yet on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprung up, for Yah Elohim had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the entire surface of the ground. And Yah Elohim formed the man out of the dust of the ground, out of the dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils breath of life, and the man became a living being. And Yah Elohim planted a garden in Eden to the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground Yah Elohim made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food, with the tree of Chai in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden, to water the garden, and from there it divided and became 4 riverheads. The name of the first is Pishon. It is the one surrounding the entire land of Hawilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Bdellium is there, and the Shoham stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one surrounding the entire land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. It is the one which goes toward the east of Ashashur. And the fourth river is Perath. And Yah Elohim took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and to guard it. And Yah Elohim commanded the man, saying, Eat of every tree of the garden, but do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall certainly die. And Yah Elohim said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I am going to make a helper for him, as his counterpart. And from the ground Yah Elohim formed every beast of the field, and every bird of the Shamayim, and brought them to the man, to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all livestock, and to the birds of the Shamayim, and to every beast of the field. But for the man there was not found a helper for him as his counterpart. So Yah Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall on the man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. And the rib which Yah Elohim had taken from the man he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And the man said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. This one is called a woman, because she was taken out of man. For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother, and join unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, yet they were not ashamed. And the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field which Yah Elohim had made. And he said to the woman, Is it true that Elohim has said, Do not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We are to eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim said, Do not eat of it, nor touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said to the woman, You shall certainly not die, for Elohim knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be like Elohim, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise. And she took of its fruit and ate. And she also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made loin coverings for themselves. And they heard the sound of Yah Elohim walking about in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yah Elohim among the trees of the garden. And Yah Elohim called unto Adam and said to him, Where are you? And he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid myself. And he said, Who made you know that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree which I commanded you that you should not eat? And the man said, The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And Yah, Elohim, said to the woman, What is this you have done? And the woman said, The serpent deceived me, and I ate. And Yah, Elohim, said to the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all livestock, and more than every beast of the field. On your abdomen you are to go and eat dust all the days of your life. And I put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall crush your head, and you shall crush his heel. To the woman he said, I greatly increase your sorrow and your conception. Bring forth children in pain, and your desires for your husband, and he rules over you. And to the man he said, Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying, Do not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you are to eat of it all the days of your life, and it shall bring forth thorns and thistles for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you are to eat bread until you return to the ground, for out of it you are taken. For dust you are, and to dust you return. And the man called his wife's name Chawah, because she became the mother of all living. And Yah Elohim made coats of skin for the man and his wife, and dressed them. And Yah Elohim said, See, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put out his hand, and take also of the tree of Chai, and eat, and live forever. So Yah Elohim sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. And he drove the man out, and he placed cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword, which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of Chai. And Adam knew Chawah, his wife, and she conceived, and bore Cain, and said, I have gained a man from Yah. And again she gave birth to his brother, Habel. And Habel became a keeper of sheep, but Cain became a tiller of the ground. And it came to be in the course of time that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to Yah, and Habel also brought of the fruit of the firstborn of his flock, and of their fat. And Yah looked to Habel and his offering, but he did not look to Cain and his offering. And Cain was very wroth, and his face fell. And Yah said to Cain, Why are you wroth, and why is your face fallen? If you do well, is there not acceptance? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door, and its desire is for you. But you should master it. And Cain told Habel his brother, Come, let us go into the field. And it came to be when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Habel, his brother, and killed him. And Yah said to Cain, "Where is Habel your brother?" And he said, "I do not know. Am I my brother's guard?" And he said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. If you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth." And Cain said to Yah, "My wickedness is too great to bear. See, you have driven me from the face of the ground today, and I am hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and it shall be that anyone who finds me kills me." And Yah said to him, "Well, if anyone kills Cain, vengeance is taken on him sevenfold." And Yah placed a sign for Cain, lest anyone finding him kills him. So Cain went out from the presence of Yah and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Hanok. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Hanok. And Hanok was born, and to Hanok was born Irad, and Irad brought forth Mehujael, and Mehujael brought forth Methusael, and Methusael brought forth Lamech. And Lamech took for himself 2 wives. The name of one was Ada, and the name of the second was Titzila. And Ada bore Yabal. He was the father of those who dwell in tents with livestock. And his brother's name was Yubal. He was the father of all those who played the lyre and flute. As for Titzila, she also bore Duwal-Cain, a smith of all kinds of tools in bronze and iron. And the sister of Duwal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Titzila, "Hear my voice, wives of Lamech. Listen to my words, for I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. For Cain is avenged 7-fold, and Lamech 77-fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, and called his name Sheth. For Elohim has appointed me another seed instead of Habel, because Cain had slain him. And to Sheth, to him also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. Then it was begun to call on the name of Yah. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. In the day that Elohim created man, he made him in the likeness of Elohim. Male and female he created them, and he bachrach them, and called their name Adam, in the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and brought forth a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Sheth. And after he brought forth Sheth, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Sheth lived 105 years, and brought forth Enosh. And after he brought forth Enosh, Sheth lived 850 177 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Sheth were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and brought forth Cainan. And after he brought forth Cainan, Enosh lived 815 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. And Cainan lived 70 years, and brought forth Mechalal. And after he brought forth Mechalal, Cainan lived 840 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Cainan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and brought forth Yared. And after he brought forth Yared, Mahalalel lived 830 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Yared lived 162 years, and brought forth Chanok. And after he had brought forth Chanok, Yared lived 800 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Yared were 962 years, and he died. And Chanok lived 65 years, and brought forth Methushalah. And after he brought forth Methushalah, Chanok walked with Elohim 300 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Chanok were 365 years, and Chanok walked with Elohim. Then he was no more, for Elohim took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and brought forth Lamech. And after he brought forth Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and brought forth a son, and called his name Noah, saying, This one comforts us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yah has cursed. And after he brought forth Noah, Lamech lived 595 years, and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah brought forth Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And it came to be, when men began to increase on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were good. And they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And Yah said, My Ruach shall not strive with mankind forever in his going astray. He is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward. When the sons of Elohim came into the daughters of men, they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, the men of name. And Yah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yah was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. And Yah said, I am going to wipe off man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping creature, and birds of the Shamayim. For I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yah. And that completes the first portion of the Torah, Bereshith. Thank you so much for joining me. I won't keep you long. I'm probably going to record again. I don't know if I should call it a half Torah, but I don't want to follow the Ashkenazi Jewish selections of the half Torah. Not that they're wrong or bad or anything. I'm led in a different direction because I actually do have the extra biblical books, the book of Hanok, Yashar, Yubalim, and whatnot, and it goes into great detail about what happened in those days, alongside what the canonized scriptures record. So I'm thinking about maybe reading those as a kind of half Torah portion, because Hanok made mention of Habel, how he heard Habel cry out when he was journeying, when he journeyed through the Shamayim, and also the book of Yashar goes into detail about, what was actually, goes into more detail about what was going on in the days of Noah. So I find those very interesting. Again, I'm not saying that the Ashkenazi Jewish selections are wrong in any way. I'm led in a different direction. So I'll probably record those a little later on and upload them as a separate video. And I hope this Torah reading was helpful to you, and a refreshment and an encouragement. Thank you so much for your time. Shabbat Shalom, and have a restful Shabbat. Thanks.